listeners, and welcome to season 6 of Bones of the Story. It is season 6, right? If not, we're just going with it. And today, Jen and I are talking about forbidden and taboo tropes, genre, subgenre, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
We're going to let you decide. Oh no,
Works for me.
things are popping up on my screen. Okay. So, Jen, do you have a clear definition? Oh, wait, no. Let me ask this. Is there a difference between forbidden and taboo for you?
Oh gosh. That's just coming out with a hard hitter. Like first thing in the morning. It's fine.
Hey, at least you have coffee.
That is true. I do. Okay. Do I feel like there is a difference between forbidden and taboo?
Do
I
you?
mean, I guess. Yeah. I guess like by a technicality, forbidden is would be against the rules. So I feel like that's more like professor and student,
Uh-huh.
that kind of thing. Where like taboo doesn't mean like it's against the rules. It's just something that most people wouldn't be interested in doing.
Okay. I like that. That seems kind of on point with how I think of it, but a little bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I like your idea of though it being breaking the rules, but I think forbidden is more of a character dilemma.
Yeah.
Like from the either the reader or the character's perspective is like you said, teacher student, right? Or another example is, because I'm a mafia girl, enemies, right? Like the family's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't be with that person. That's forbidden. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it, but the character's perspective, their rules, their traditions, whatever is saying, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Whereas
Exactly.
taboo is like crossing like boundaries and possibly even could be even morally wrong, not like something that we can't even perceive, so like as she's told, that is so many levels of fucked up, but there's a lot of taboo things in there
Yeah.
that it's just never like, what? Let me gouge my eyes out for reading this because I can't believe that this is
Yeah.
happening. Like it goes against, I don't want to say ethics, but like morally, but the moral could be good or bad. I feel like it doesn't have to necessarily always be bad.
Right. Yeah.
So, what's the? Mm, I feel like this is going to be a really short episode because I don't feel like I can focus right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can totally tell.
Maybe when you texted me, I should have said no.
I mean, there's no pressure for me because
Oh,
I did
sometimes
not work the way I should have this weekend, so I'm like behind.
but are you an environmental person? Because I feel like if you're an environmental person, all the hard work that you did is going to set you up for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's why that's a big like I got invited to go riding with my friends yesterday and I turned it down because like getting the house situated was more important for my mental health than like going for a ride because the clutter was I just couldn't do it again.
What's your last forbidden or taboo book you read?
I mean, I read an age gap romance. I read a professor student
Oh, I
like
hate professor students. I don't know why, especially if it's high school professor
oh,
students.
absolutely not. No. If I'm saying I don't like there is no I have zero interest in reading high school romance period, but like
What? You hate high school romance?
yeah, yes I do. I know we're all shocked.
And sometimes I don't like the college professor student either.
It just depends. I mean, I haven't read actually I'm trying to think. That might have been the only I'm trying to think if I've read any other like professor student. I can't remember off the top of my head. I enjoyed it. It was a contemporary romance. It was the Storm Chaser one. It was cute.
I probably have lots of reasons why I don't like it, but I think the biggest thing that I don't like about the student professor, this is gonna sound so horrible. Please don't come at me. I don't like the fact that they're trying to be secretive. I love a good secretive romance. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
with every professor teacher one, I mean, you probably know this with all romance novels. It just irritates me. Is that they're like, oh, nobody can know. And then they do something stupid that gets them caught. And they're like, well, now we can't be together. But then they get over whatever that is. And then they get together. And I'm like, that's stupid. I hate that. Like, why would you do something that you know you're gonna get caught in? Like, I understand the whole, like, being secret is like a kink thing, okay? Like, I get that. But why
Right.
do the stupid thing that gets you caught?
Yeah. I mean, it's fair.
And then, like, this goes back to the difference between forbidden and taboo. If they're both fucking consenting adults, why the fuck do we care if they're having sex or seeing each other? I don't care.
Well, I think you just have to be careful when you have power dynamics involved. Like if someone is leveraging their authority over someone,
Oh,
then you have a problem.
well, yeah.
But that's when I feel like you're edging into like you crossed you crossed genres of like if you have a professor that's leveraging their authority over a student in order to get whatever romance or sexual whatever, like then you're tiptoeing into away from like forbidden and taboo into like dark romance where it's forbidden taboo age gap that's like dark romance involved.
I feel like these are two good tropes, subgenres, whatever you want to call it, that fit really well into dark romance. It's
Yeah,
a really good foundation, and quite a lot of them, I feel like.
I can't think of one dark romance that wouldn't be considered forbidden or taboo.
Ooh, let's think on this. Does it have to
Like,
be both or just one or the other?
one or the other. Give me one or give me
I'm
a dark romance book that does not have forbidden and or taboo in it because I can't think of a single one.
um okay, hold on, let's think about this.
I'll wait.
Does dating a serial killer count as forbidden or
Yes!
taboo? Okay.
Stalker stalkers are out. Serial killers are out.
But what if she doesn't know he's a serial killer and she starts dating? Well, no, she knows he's a serial killer. Never mind. Hmm. I think you might win this one, Jen. I'm just trying to think of all the mafia books that I read, and huh. I'm assuming if there's death on the page or killing, that doesn't count either.
Yeah, I guess not because that would make the person a murderer.
What if it was accidental?
If it was like truly an accident,
But you said no stalking. Is it really stalking though? I'm thinking lights out.
he absolutely stalked her.
I mean, she technically in the Instagram gave him permission.
Sure.
When she was posting, he saw that she was commenting.
Yeah, but I mean, just because somebody comments something doesn't give you carte blanche consent.
Well, what is the definition of his consent? Is to say, hey, you can come over anytime you want.
I think in order to give consent, you have to have a conversation with the other person where it's both mutually consensual. Otherwise, then we're dealing with like consensual non-consent. In which case, I feel like you could argue that it was consensually non-consensual, but I don't think we can say that her comments are enough to give consent.
No. Without knowing what he says in the videos, you're right. Because if he said in the videos, do you want me to come over? And in the comments, she said, yes, come over. I think that is a conversation of consent on both sides, okay?
Oh God, I think that is very dangerous territory.
Based on your definition, okay, that is. Unless there needs to be like more besides the invitation and the accepting of the
Maybe
invitation.
a private one-on-one conversation. I feel like Reacher. Details matter. Oh,
This is why I don't have a welcome mat.
what?
Sorry, what?
This is why you don't have a welcome mat?
Yeah, because context matter. Well, mostly for like supernatural and paranormal reasons, but also because you don't want people to be like, oh, well, you said I could come in. Here's a welcome mat that says, come on in.
Oh,
Totally random.
okay.
Sorry, I can cut that.
Yeah, I did not follow that ADHD train at all. You were just over off the rails by yourself. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
No, my welcome mat would go say something along the lines of "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I would never recommend having anything that says welcome or come on in or.
Yeah, no.
Mm.
Mine's
Red.
lots of dogs. Enter at your own risk.
Give full warning. Don't wear black. Hair will be everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's so true too.
Okay. I feel like we at least got to get to 15 minutes. We're at 13.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you
Like,
excited about all the forbidden taboo things
oh,
you're going
for
to be
sure.
reading this semester? Not this semester. Fuck.
This season. Yes,
I'm just going
I'm
to start calling the season semesters, okay? Then maybe I'll get it right and say season instead.
I'm very excited for this season. I've also read most of the books that we've lined up for this season, which I'm also happy about. And I'm planning on rereading the one I told you about with you because
Okay.
I haven't reread it in a while, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
Total another random tangent. But
Yeah.
we kind of sort of agreed the first time around on the difference between forbidden and taboo.
We did.
There
There
was
was no,
no.
yeah,
Wow.
debate.
Huh. Look at us.
Look at us go.
Till next episode.
Hey, that's what keeps it interesting.
I'm excited for all the things that we have to read this season.
Yeah. What one are you most excited about? You have one?
I'm most excited for you to read my trigger book.
Yeah, me too. I'm
And I have been in debates about whether or not I should reread it, just so I have a clearer understanding of all the things that I'm going to be like, this is why I didn't like it. And then you're going to be like, Misty, that didn't really happen. And I'm going to be like, well, in my head, it did. Okay. Because this is how I remember it.
That's funny.
I don't know. But then I also feel like if I reread it, it will change.
How it's like feels
Yeah.
to you.
How I received it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but I just need somebody else to read it so that they can tell me whether or not I'm crazy to feel or think the way that I feel and think about it. Because my triggers are two opposite ends of the spectrum, I feel like. We have the cults with the little girls,
Yeah.
and then we have a husband who beats his wife. I feel like that's. And I don't know why those are my two things. Not that I haven't read things with them, but
Right.
this is like extreme, uncomfortable. Maybe taboo also makes you feel uncomfortable
Oh, I would absolutely agree with that.
reading. So
Yeah.
that, and we have the first book from one of my favorite authors. So
Yes.
finally, I'm excited
I
about
was
that.
just about to say that as much as I loved that book and like I thoroughly enjoyed it, it definitely makes you uncomfortable. Like it
Okay.
was for me anyway. Granted, like that was the very first book I read coming back to reading.
Oh.
So like technically I read that first and then I read ACOTAR.
Aw. Such a special place in the heart now.
Yep. Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm
I think I
excited for
might
that.
reread that one too.
Well, that isn't that our next episode?
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
We could do a different one if you want to.
No, it's totally fine. I might like skim through and see if I can find a couple quotes or something.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about forbidden or taboo?
I
Besides,
don't
it is
think
the key
so.
component of all dark romance that we read.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
And we're past 15 minutes, so yay.
Woo! All right, listeners, are you super excited about a forbidden and taboo season? Are there any forbidden or taboo genre books that you would love to see on this season lineup? Let us know on Instagram at Bones of the Story, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jen,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.